All right, everybody, welcome into another Schmolke Investment Team practice report, Monday, August 5th, and a lively practice today. I'm telling you, if Brad Davis was mic'd up, it would be Hard Knocks HBO quality. He was getting after some offensive linemen, particularly Weston Davis, and like Buddy told me on the way out, why do you think he's getting after Weston Davis so much? Because he knows how good he's going to be. But had a lot of one-on-ones, a lot of situational work, and offensive line, defensive line getting afterwards, and some really good wide receivers with some nice catches today. And your thoughts, Buddy Songy?
Good morning, everybody. Monday morning out at the Ponderosa Dog Days of Summer. This is the start of the real grind. For the next 10 days to 2 weeks, you cannot imagine what these young men are going through physically, mentally, and psychologically. You're starting to deal with heat, obviously dehydration, tweaks, hammies, ankles, knees, all of that. Not too bad, but you're getting water.
Major Burns, Chris Hilton, a couple of those days.
Major Burns, Chris Hilton, and Bernard Crosby III. But look, this is a tough time of the grunt work. Full pad starting on Wednesday. Mike, I can't imagine what it's going to be like, but they've been working 7.5 weeks. So we'll give you some particulars, but just realize this is going to be some hit and miss with some of these reports, because you're going to make some mistakes, and we'll get into to talk a little bit about that. But still like the vibe out at LSU on a Monday.
I'm going to bring this up, nothing that Buddy and I talked about beforehand, but watching the quarterbacks today, I mean, I don't know how certain we are that number 2 is clearly defined behind Nussmeier. I really like what I'm seeing out of Ricky Collins, and I think Ricky Collins has a real. I think he's planting the flag right now. I think what I've seen so far, the first 3 practices, he looks better than Swan.
Well, look, Swan got some of the reps with the number 2s today, and threw an INT and had some overthrows. Nuss, look, last year, remember this time last year, everybody freaked out because I said Jaden Daniels was hesitating with throwing the football. Well, Nuss threw a pick in the red zone. And guess what? That is an effing no-no.
Ashton Stamps with the pick.
Right. But here's the deal. He hasn't started but 1 game. You fans are going to have to be patient with Nuss. Do you know off the top of the head, touchdowns to INT ratio last year for Jaden Daniels?
No, not top.
40 touchdowns and 4 INTs. You're going to have more than 4 INTs this year, no disrespect to us, but understand that he's growing, he's learning, and this is planting the foundation of that offense. Oh, by the way, we got some exciting things to tell you. Running back is going to be fine, but you're going to have to understand, Joe and Cortez and everybody calling plays, and Nuss, you got to have a little patience. It's early right now, but you're going to throw in more than 4 INTs this year. Take that to the bank. Sorry, folks.
Also want to give a shout out. We learned during practice, former LSU offensive coordinator Steve Cragthorpe passed away, and thoughts and prayers and condolences to his family. And just had a whole lot of little news items like that, unfortunately, in the last few weeks. And of course, we're still keeping our prayers for Ed Daniels down in New Orleans, and hoping that we get some good news there.
All right, let's get into some of the good stuff. Man, that offensive line is mighty impressive right out of the gate. Everybody knows that Will Campbell is, in fact, I think, the best leader on this team. They went to the food bank to do their community service yesterday, and Will had everything organized. I mean, he is just a consummate pro, so love his last year in Tigertown. Big 5-0 Emory Jones has not been eating his big 50 hamburgers that his mama fixed for him. He's down. And as we know, I asked Coach Kelly last week about the seamless transition. They've got a battle at center with DJ Chester and Cohen Eccles. That's a redshirt freshman and a true freshman. But look, upon that front 5, really looking good. And of course, you got to stay healthy. Now, here's the thing that I noticed, and you just pointed it out. Brad Davis giving a lot of work to the second team O-line, because 4 of those 5 are going to have to start next year. You're not going to have Campbell. You're not going to have Derek Delliner. You're not going to have Miles Frazier. You're not going to have Emory Jones. So Cohen Eccles is your backup center. Paul Mubinga at left guard. Tyree Adams, 71. I called him the wrong name the other day. 71 is is definitely Tyree Adams is the good-looking left tackle. Of course, as we know, on that right side, Weston Davis, number 75, Bo Bordelon at right guard. Weston Davis, I think, has got superstar written all over him, but he's going to learn not to get upset when somebody gives him the MF.
Oh, yeah.
Because we heard some MFs today.
Oh.
And
come on, 5-star.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And so this is where you're getting challenged by your coaches, and it's not easy, and we appreciate all those people worrying about our health, and I'm trying not to sweat through these
I got
glasses.
SPF 70 on, and this sun is going right through it.
Well, but we're in camp too. We're trying to get in shape just like the team, so we try to give you a little bit of the reality. Here's one of the things that really excited me, a big jumbo package. Wait till you see 88 and 14 next to each other. They've got a bunch package. That's two tight ends that really can run. Pimpton is 6'6", about 245. Tradez Green is about 6'7", 245. Had them in a bunch formation, and it is going to be a nightmare. Both of them with the big high wingspan. Both of them can run. So you're going to see more action with the tight ends this year. And I like the running game. John Emery continues to look good carrying the ball. Now they're just doing north-south. Coach Kelly said last week, until he realized what that scar tissue's got to do, what it feels like when he gets hurt, what it feels like when he makes the cut on the dime. He's still coming back, but he looks good. Love Caden Durham, little number 29. Josh Williams is reliable as anything.
Nice one-handed snag of a swing pass early on in practice.
And of course, Caleb Jackson is fighting for any little morsel and bit that he can get. So you're good there. We talked a lot about the offense. I'll get into the defense.
Chris Hilton with some nice grabs today.
Chris Hilton, a big, and so now let's get into the defense.
And I think I got a good bit of that on our video package. Guys, again, thank you guys so much for hitting that like button. I think we had a record number of likes hit on Friday. Appreciate that. If you're enjoying the practice report, please do that again. And our 4K practice video from Friday, I'm shooting it in 4K 60. The quality on our video, go check it out. We're gonna have another package uploaded on YouTube again today, and I hope you're enjoying that one and hitting the like button and sharing that out as well.
And listen, don't forget about our man, the spicy tidbit. Our tidbit today is Greg Brooks. Still pray for him, but the reason that Greg Penn III changed from 30 to number 3 is in honor of Greg Brooks. We don't know an update on his health situation, but still pray for him. And of course, Penn called him up and said, look, is it all right for me to wear the number 3? The reason I mentioned that, Mike, is that we talked about it on offense. So many of these players have changed numbers. You're going to have to get acclimated to the roster. And I'll just give you a quick, everybody loves single digits. So Parrish Shan is number 0, and he's fighting at DN a backup right now in the 2. 1 is Ashton Stamps. I think he's LSU's best corner right now. Agreed?
I think so.
2 is Jordan Gilbert, and we know that he's the safety from Texas A&M. He's going to play a lot of football this year. 3, of course, is Greg Penn, the 3rd. 4 is Harold Perkins. And then you got Major Burns, number 8. He looks a little bit bigger. He did have some issues with hydration and a tight lower leg. But once again, and then 10, I love Mr. Spears. You're going to see 10 fly around the football field. But Greg Penn, great honor to wear number 3 for Greg Brooks this year.
Yeah, and he's one of the player interviews that are out there today. After they're done, of course, they're not done right now, but after practice, we get Jacobian Guillory, Kyron Lacey, Will Campbell, and Greg Penn. So that's a nice group of players for the first group of player interviews of fall camp. And of course, they were out there in shoulder pads and helmets today and hitting. And I think that's obviously part of the reason why you started to have some guys getting taped up and some back tweaks and some other things today. But of course, we're brought to you by the Schmolke investment team. What is something you could do with your money that could be meaningful to you? Do you feel like you need some guidance to realize those goals? At the Schmolke investment team, they have over 50 years experience doing just that. If you want to get serious about reaching your financial potential, give them a call at 318-448-3201, 318-448-3201. Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisory member FINRA/SIPC, and nobody does it better than Barton Bryant Schmolke in Alexandria, Versailles Boulevard. Been knowing them for 30 years. In fact, tonight is their first Tiger Talk show. I'm on from 5:45 to 6. They're on from 4 to 6. If you're in Central Louisiana, listen to that show on 96.9 KZMZ.
Bart Bryan are definitely taking phone calls today. The market is tumbling a little bit because of something with Japanese stock market, but TNC, you can trust them, you can communicate with them, give them an opportunity. Are you ready for a little spice?
Go ahead.
I'm really laid back, but guess what, folks? Nuss is throwing the hell out the ball. Can't throw an INT in the red zone, but the corners and DBs are still having trouble guarding these wide receivers. And we want to believe, and everybody knows last year, we saw this early on, but man, you're talking about Malik Neighbors, and you're talking about Brian Thomas Jr., and you're talking about all these stars. Right now, the receivers are better than the corners and DBs. You got 3 weeks to get your act together, but they're throwing it and catching it in front of them. Chris Hilton really, to me, steps off, and he's got a chance to be steeple good. We didn't see number one Xavier Thomas. He's got a hammy, so he wasn't out here. Shelton Sampson was back, but when you talk about Kyron Lacy 2, Chris Hilton 3, C.J. Daniels 4, Shelton Sampson 6, Kyle Parker 12, Aaron Anderson 1. Then you bring back Xavier Thomas. It's not easy to guard these guys. Oh, by the way, back to Nuss and the INT. 40 touchdowns for JD, only 4 INTs. I think that's one of the things Joe Sloan and everybody's going to work with him. Look, when you get in the red zone, you just can't turn it over. That's at least 3 or maybe 6. They'll work on it. It's early, and I'm with Mike. I think Ricky Collins is probably going to ascend to the second spot. And, oh, by the way, I'm still predicting that Blake Oxendorf will be your punter. I'm not seeing anything to sell me that Peyton Todd will be able to beat him out.
All right, everybody. Got a lot on tigerbait.com right now. If you're not a subscriber to our premium content, Brian Lazar has been kicking out some great preseason previews. Got another one this morning breaking down all the seniors on this roster and with thumbnails on each one of them. Some really good stuff there. And we got multiple of those easy to find on the front page. $1. Try us out for 1 week. I think you'll enjoy it. You get our newsletters, our text alerts for breaking news. And I'm on the message board day and night, and we love to have you as a part of our tigerbait.com community. As always, hit the like button on this. If you're not subscribed to the channel, do that. Please do that. We're about to hit 31,000 subscribers, probably today, I bet. And so thank all of you that have already subscribed for doing that. Notification bell, and anything you want to add on the way out?
Yeah, tomorrow we get practice, just viewing, no video. We get BK about noon. And obviously, first full day of pads on Wednesday. Look, this has been a lot of work. It's a lot of hard work. Everybody in the country is going through this. I think the heat is pretty much the same everywhere. But don't expect the glossy reports this week. This is grunt. This is bonding. This is finding the leadership. This is doing things where they make you push that body even farther than you realize that you can. And then, of course, they hydrate and get you back. But still looking good out here on the Ponderosa. But we'll give you another update tomorrow along with Coach BK. Full day of first day of pads on Wednesday. We'll be here to chronicle it for you.
All right, buddy. Thanks again. See you tomorrow with another report. And don't forget, LSU Football Fix. First show tonight, Preston and Zach Nagy, 8 o'clock on this channel. First one of the season. Tune into that. And Buddy and I will be back on Wednesday night with Tiger Bait Live, and plus all of our Schmolke investment team practice reports. So we got a lot on here on LSU Tigers on Tiger Bait on YouTube, and on TikTok, LSU Tigers on Tiger Bait, and of course tigerbait.com. Talk to y'all later.